Magic Music family. I am the Earl of Florida, still not humble at all. And today will be the second edition of What's New in the News. So let's kick it off and go over to The Boys on Prime. The Boys is a superhero satire series based on a comic book series, and it's going into season 4. But we're talking about the return of Soldier Boy, played by Jensen Ackles, and he will be making at least a cameo in the spinoff Gen V, which will be covering a college/superhero kind of survivor-esque kind of feel to it, about the superheroes trying to become the next superheroes, potentially in the 7 in The Boys. So that's going to be definitely for the fans of The Boys and fans of Jensen Ackles from Supernatural. It's something to definitely look forward to. Next on the list is it's reported that the next movie to come out after the Superman Legacy film that's slated for 2025 will in fact be The Authority. Now, rumor has it that will probably be coming out in 2026. So that'll be something for DC fans to look forward to, the second film on the slate. Now, also tied right behind that will be the potentially the third film to arrive, which could be also in 2026, is The Swamp Thing. Now, we're going to use that as a transition because we have James Mangold is doing the is doing the script, and he's also director, screenplay for The Swamp Thing. But he's also working on something else, Star Wars related. At the same time, he's working on the script, screenplay, and also set to direct the Star Wars film about the 25,000 years in the past about the first Jedi. And according to reports, he's writing them both simultaneously, and whichever one he gets done potentially first will more than likely be the first film he gets to jump right into. So looking forward to both of those projects. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of movies. As long as they keep things rolling, everybody should be happy. Now, another report coming in is we have in the Alien franchise, we're looking forward to both a movie to the Alien movies. We don't know if it's a continuation or a prequel or in the middle or where it's going to fall, but we do know it is in development right now. And also a TV series coming on FX where it's also going to be an alien-themed series, which supposedly is supposed to take place on Earth 70 or so years from now, near the end of the century. It's not going to have any characters that we know, no Ripley, no Bishop, none of the characters that we are familiar with except for the alien. So we're going to see how that ties in, or if they're going to be reinterpreting the lore and the timeline in the Alien universe. Now, I am a fan of Alien and Predator, so hopefully they can keep things going. We'll see. Now, later this month, we in fact have a movie coming out in theaters for a very, very short, limited run for its 40th anniversary. And that's going to be, I believe it's in April, near the end of the month. It's slated for April 28th, and it is The Return of the Jedi. Now, I personally was too young, quite young, to be able to go see Return of the Jedi for myself. But you know what? I think I'm going to have to check this out. To see Return of the Jedi on the large screen with a cinematic experience in theaters is going to be something I think I can't pass up. Maybe I can convince Lord Cephas to go with me, and we will bring you a special report and tell you if, in fact, the Death Star 2 was destroyed again, and if Emperor Palpatine did in fact die or electrocute himself to death. We'll see. So, I'm thinking about going and checking that out. If you're a fan of Star Wars, I know that will be tempting for you. Now, to move right along, we're going to talk very briefly about The Acolyte. So, I'm apparently behind on the times, and so is Lord Cephas, and I'll blame him because he's the one who's telling me information about The Acolyte because he's supposed to be well-versed in it, and apparently he has failed this city and this YouTube channel, and I'm going to stand on that. So, it's not going to be... Brie Larson is not supposed to be in this at all. Apparently those stopped 6-8 months ago, the talks or rumors about her participating in the series. So fans out there who like Brie Larson are going to be saddened. Fans out there who don't care for Brie Larson aren't going to be upset. So it's going to be interesting. And continuing with that, we have a little bit of just released, and it says that the Acolyte will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. Again, about 100 or so years before events in the movies. A former Padawan reunites with her Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but discovers the forces they confront are more sinister than they have ever anticipated. So we do know that at this point in time, the Sith are on the DL. Yes, I said it. My kids are going to hate that, but I said it. Deal with it. So, it's going to focus on the power balances. Who can use the power, who has the power. We know that this is during one of the height of the High Republic, the Jedi Council. So it'll be interesting to see them. We got glimpses of that in the prequel trilogy, which was a lot of fun. So we do know that Russian doll actress Rebecca Henderson will be portraying Vernestra Vern Rowe, who is in canon, in lore. So as a Marilyn, I believe I said that right. If I didn't, don't hate me. You can if you want to. Some people do, some people don't. So either way, and we also have the lead actor from Squid Games will also be portraying a Jedi Master as well. So it's been referenced as Kill Bill meets Frozen. It's an interesting smash up there, but I love Star Wars, and I want Star Wars to do well, so I'm going to root for them and hope for the best. So you never can tell. Skeleton Crew will be coming out this year, still slated for this year, and Skeleton Crew follows, as a brief synopsis, follows the journey of 4 kids who make a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet, then get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy. Finding their way home and meeting unlikely allies and enemies will be a greater adventure than they ever imagined. Well, for us out here in Star Wars land, we can imagine a lot of adventure and a lot of enemies and allies. So this is slated for this year. The Acolyte might be pushed back till next year. There's just not confirmed one way or the other yet. We're still hopeful that we get all the Star Wars all the time, all the Disney Plus. But they showed things on both of these at the in London for the kickoff for the Star Wars Celebration. So I would not be surprised if we get a trailer drop very, very soon, if not in the next few days, of Skeleton Crew, since that'll be the next one coming out after Ahsoka, and then probably wait some time before we get any real trailer or teasers for the Acolyte. But I could be wrong. Maybe they'll give it to us anyway. Now, to bounce back to the DCU under Godfather Gunn, we have confirmed that Peacemaker 2, we already knew this, is still going to be coming, but it will not be arriving until after Superman drops. That's 2025, right? Yes, you are right. It's 2025. But it's 2023 now, right? Yes, you still can keep time and date. It is 2023. So the only thing I think of is Gunn is actively involved with Superman Legacy, so he's wanting to make sure that's the best film he can get going as a reboot to Superman. But he was directly involved in the Suicide Squad and the Peacemaker series, so maybe he just wants to hold on to that for himself. And so if that's the case, we're going to have to wait till at least 2025, maybe a little bit longer, before we get John Cena, who I couldn't see no matter what if I tried. I just kept hearing his voice in the Peacemaker, but maybe we'll see him this next season, but not for a few years. So following that, we also have an update on Super Mario Brothers, and so it's been out. It released a few days ago, 6 days ago. But right now, it is sitting after just 6 days at the box office and a $100 million budget, is sitting at $377.6 million box office. It is crushing things right now, and it's got legs. I'm predicting it's going to have legs, and it's going to keep going. And who knows how high it'll go, but it is definitely going to be a success for Nintendo and Universal. And you know what? I've heard nothing but good things from people who went to see it. So I'm going to have to bring my kids to see it. They love Mario, and I love Mario. So we'll see. Talking about the box office, and I'm going to cry a little bit because it hurts me every time I mention it. Lord Cephas will never let me forget. That's one reason I will have to kill him soon. But anyway, that was not an admission of premeditated murder. It's just the fact that I'm going to have to hold a pillow over his head until he stops talking, and bringing up the fact that Ant-Man 3, on a budget of $200 million, we're not talking about marketing, has only made $473 million at the box office, which crushes my soul, if I had one. If you think back to the first Ant-Man, it had a budget of around $170 million, but the first Ant-Man made about $519 million at the box office. Yes, that's a good chunk of change more than Ant-Man 3. Ant-Man 2, meanwhile, had about a $190 million budget and pulled in $622 million at the box office. So, yes, Ant-Man 3 has failed the city, has failed the state, has failed the universe and the quantum zone, and failed me personally because now I owe Lord Cephas a pizza, even though he owes me wings for the Sweet 16 bracket. Yeah, I beat you there. So that's about it for what's new in the news. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and leave us a comment. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me something. I promise I won't cry more than 5 minutes in the corner. Maybe 5.5. So again, that's it for what's news in the news, and we will catch you later. Have a great week.